What's up, guys? So, I'm gonna try something new today. I'm gonna call this Songwriter Studio. So, I recently wrote this song called Carry On. If you haven't heard it, go check out that video on this channel. But I thought it would be fun to share my thoughts on the song, what it meant, where it came from, and kind of my inspirations for the song. So before I go into it, if you are the kind of person that likes to interpret art on its own and not know the real meaning behind what the artist want to say, like totally don't watch this video because it might mess up what you think the song means to you. Because I think at first glance, Carry Ons might sound like a breakup song, and it's totally not about that at all. It's not about love. But yeah, I just want to clear that up. So I'm sorry if you didn't leave yet, but there you go. It's not a breakup song. What it's about is the journey in growing and kind of finding your place, getting deeper into what you're interested in. And as that journey goes on, you realize that you're kind of moving on and leaving parts of your old life behind, whether it be like your old personality or your old friends, anything. I think for me, it started with the feeling of being lonely because for me, a lot of my closest friends, like I have a friend who's a childhood friend from my elementary school, I have friends from college, they're all over the place. They're all over the world. My best friend's in London. One of my good friends moved to San Francisco. And I don't know, I think as time went on, I kind of disconnected from the people who were closest to me. But the fact that I continue to change and I continue to grow, that sometimes I don't feel like the people in my life can understand those parts of me, the parts that are so important to me, the parts that I share on YouTube about like personal growth, spirituality, etc. Sometimes when you get into those topics, like, come on, if you talk about spirituality and Eckhart Tolle, those kind of things too deep, it can sound pretty weird to a lot of normal people out there. I feel like the more I'm getting into these topics, the more I disconnect from other people. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that I'm in a place where I'm growing in what I'm doing. And I guess I just haven't found my tribe yet. I don't feel like I found my tribe. I was talking to someone who's a bit older than me and she's like way further in her career. And I asked her like, hey, do you have the same friends as you do when you were in your 20s? And she's like, no, I have a completely different set of friends in my 30s because as I'm growing, I kind of find the people who are going the same pace as me, the people who are interested in the same things as me, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just going through that transition phase where I feel like because I'm growing and I'm growing in like the specific direction, I'm kind of leaving a lot of the old life, the old me behind. So that's what Carry On is about. It's about kind of diving into this weird world, this wonderland of knowledge or other things, whatever it may be for you. But it's just diving into this weird world and just learning a lot and growing in it. And I use the metaphor Alice in Wonderland. I hope you can hear that from the song because I used a lot of words from that book or movie. So you know, when Alice goes into Wonderland, all these crazy things happen. She goes through all these adventures. And when she comes out, she's not the same. Like, you can't go back to the same person that you used to be after you've seen all of those crazy things. So it's like kind of once you open your mind and you dive deep into these topics or whatever it may be, you're just changed and it's not necessarily a bad thing. So now let's jump into the lyrics. You guys can open up the description box and read the lyrics with me. So let's start. Deep inside the quiet times, you open up my mind. So I started writing that just because I was at home by myself. I was feeling kind of lonely. It was really quiet and I didn't feel like I had anyone to really call or talk to. And I'm just like, what should I do? What should I do? And I went to my piano and I just started playing some chords. And I actually started crying because sometimes when I play some chords and it's so beautiful and I sing some melody to it, it just makes me emotional in a good way. So I was like humming this melody and that's why I came up with the melody first actually. And then I put words to it. So I came up with the melody of the song with the chords. And then I started humming and then I started freestyle singing and just seeing what came out. So the first thing that came out was this first line, deep inside the quiet times, you open up my mind. And it was because it's quiet and I feel like it was a time where I could think. And then I wrote the line, sink into a funny world of wonder. And this is where I was like, aha, I want to bring this theme of wonderland into my song. So I'm not sure what I wrote next. I think I wrote the uh-oh, what have we become part after that. So, I mean, all of this was, I was freestyle singing to the piano, and I played the chord, and it was like, uh-oh. And then I was like, that sounds cute. I was like, what I did is like, I play the chords, and then I just sing to it. So honestly, with the song, the reason why uh-oh, what have we become, that part sounds like a chorus, but also the ooh part sounds like a chorus as well. It's because I think I couldn't decide between two choruses, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put them both in there. Okay, so yeah, after that I wrote the uh-oh, what have we become? Uh-oh, what have we become? Originally, it was just gonna be those two lines as a pre-chorus. Later, I added to it. Anyway, let's continue with the lyrics. All right, let's jump back into the second verse. So, wandered into wild lands, the curious at hand. So again, this is just talking about discovering all these new worlds and new things. And it's the curious people who are diving deep into these topics. And I feel like a lot of people who are with me on YouTube, you guys are all curious because we want to learn, we want to grow. There's just so much out there in the world. We want to know what's up, you know? And then pretty pinks and dreamy blue hues. Okay, basically, once I decided that I wanted it to be Alice in Wonderland themed, before I wrote anything else, I came up with like a bunch of words from Alice in Wonderland, some words that describe the imagery or the colors of that world. So these are just some words that I brainstormed that I wanted to use and take from that world of Alice in Wonderland, because I think when creating a song, you really want to paint the picture and add some beautiful imagery, whatever fits that world that you're trying to bring that person into. So I thought about that whimsical world. There's like pretty pinks, dreamy blues. I was thinking about her dress. It's like that really pastel blue, really pretty. And so I really liked those colors. I think in general, I like that palette, pastel colors, like my Instagram. So pretty pinks and dreamy blue hues. I love that line. It's one of my favorite lines of this song. All right. Uh-oh, what have we become? So that line, the uh-oh came naturally, and I just added the what have we become because it made sense. Like, uh-oh, what have we become? Like, uh-oh, we've gone so deep into this wonderland. What have we become? Like, we're so different. Are we going crazy? And I was young, I was scared, I was so unprepared, and I lost it. I lost it. This one came out of a freestyle as well, but I fixed it up afterwards. So I was young, I was scared, because just thinking about who I used to be, young, scared, unprepared for this journey, and I lost it. I lost it. I like that line, I lost it, because it refers to so many things. It's like, I lost it. I lost that old, young, unprepared, scared side of me, because now I'm more confident as a person. But also, I lost it. I lost that old part of me that is anchored to my old friends, old habits, etc. So losing a part of you is both good and bad. It's neutral. I mean, everyone grows and leaves the past behind. But yeah, uh-oh, what have we become? And then I have the second chorus, or the real chorus, the ooh, I guess I'll have to carry on without you. So this one, the oohs really came really naturally to me. Ooh, I guess I'll have to carry on. That one came as a brainstorming before I even wrote the full song. So I think you guys know what it means. I have to carry on without you. You being the old me, the old life, everything that was in the past. I have to carry on without it. Even if it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I just have to move forward because life moves forward. So there we have the chorus. So let's go to the second verse, which is what I wrote the next morning. So like I said, I had this whole list of like words that I wanted to include. And the second verse, I really wanted to just go deep into that crazy Alice in Wonderland world, because the first verse was about like sitting quietly, thinking, just starting to explore that world. And then the second verse is like you're in that world, you're playing in it. So I'm like, now I'm painting roses red, adventures in my head. So in Alice in Wonderland, she paints roses, adventures in my head, because all of this like knowledge and whatever it is. Swept into this funny world of wonder. I really wanted to repeat the word wonder. I like how that repeats. Chasing time into a place, not one familiar face. So Alice in Wonderland chases that rabbit, and that rabbit is like, I'm late, the time. So I really like that line, chasing time into a place. So not one familiar face. I'm just saying in this place that I'm in, there's a lot of it is unfamiliar, a lot of it is new, and I'm still learning to navigate it. So it's like, there's not someone that's super familiar, it's not very comfortable. Tell me, have we all gone mad? This is like my second favorite line in the song. And I wanted to reference the Mad Hatter, and also the fact that people think that it's a little bit crazy to get so deep into these things. And I don't know, it's like I said, that feeling of going into this wonderland and everybody outside of it who hasn't gone in doesn't understand what you're going through. And if you talk about things like chakras or whatever, that's just something that's like a spiritual term that normal people won't understand. And it's just like, tell me, have we all gone mad? Have we gone mad by going so deep? But I'm not like angry. I'm not mad. I think it's awesome. But I think it's cute. Like we're like the Mad Hatter. We're crazy, but it's good to be a little bit crazy. And then at the end, what else is a girl to do? That just felt really right, because I'm just like, I don't know what else to do. I just have to carry on with my life and accept that I'm going to change, and the world around me is going to change as I change, because the world around me reflects me. So it's just like an ode to my past, just admitting that I'm different and I might have to leave some things behind, but ultimately, I don't regret anything. So yeah, that's Carry On. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.